Hello friends, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Elise, and this is my mystical, spooky bookshelf. And today I have another TBR video. I figured this is easiest to film sometimes when I haven't filmed in a while. And I figured it's the perfect time for a seasonal TBR since it's almost September. We're almost into the Ber Months, folks. Woo! I'm so excited. And I'm going to Halloween Horror Nights in a couple weeks. Like next week. So that's unreal, honestly. So I figured I might as well make a fall TBR to kick off the end of August and the beginning of September. So without further ado, here we go. I have a mixture of cozy fantasies and thrillers and middle grade. So that's what you can expect from my TBR. And that's what you can expect from most of my TBRs because that is mainly what I read during fall. So first up in my pile, we have In the Woods by Tana French. This has been on my TBR for a very long time, so I'm gonna get my butt in gear. I'm gonna read it, hopefully. I had looked at like a preview of it at work a long time ago when I still worked in Michigan, and it sounded really good. Excuse me. So I'm really excited to read this. I've been wanting to get into Tana French because I've heard good things about her. And let me give you a little synopsis on the back. It says, this is in Tana French's powerful debut thriller, 3 children leave their small town to play in the surrounding woods. Hours later, their mother's calls go unanswered. When the police arrive, they find only one of the children. So that sounds pretty good so far. I'm not going to read the whole thing because that kind of, I don't want to do it because it's kind of long. But basically, it's the one child who was found. His name is Rob Ryan. He becomes a detective, and he and his partner, Cassie Maddox, they investigate the murder of a 12-year-old girl in these same woods, the ones that him and his friends went into, and his 2 friends went missing, but he didn't. So it sounds so interesting. I like that it involves childhood trauma, which sounds weird, but I think childhood traumatic experiences usually lend themselves well to thrillers because they're very interesting and tantalizing, and that is very exciting to read about most often than not. So I have high hopes for this one. So I'm really going to prioritize reading this in the fall, and I am going to try and read it to review for you. Maybe not next week, but maybe next month. Probably sometime in the middle of September, I hope. Or October. It depends. I go through reading spurts. Like, I go through, like, not wanting to actually read and then reading. Because right now, I'm listening to the Monster High book series on Libby. And I'm like sporadically reading, like, actual books. So listening is just easier for me sometimes. But the next book on my TBR, I already read this one actually, but I haven't made a video on it yet, and I want to reread it to see if my perspective has changed. But it's Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood, and let me tell you, this was a hard book to find last year. I had to drive, well, I say me, I didn't drive. My husband had to drive to a bookstore that is very far away for us. It was like an hour away. And it was a Barnes & Noble, so yeah, it was far away. And they only had like 3 copies left, so, I had to pick it up. And it had just come out, and it was really good when I first read it. It's got all of the cozy vibes, and the cover is immaculate. I love the cover. And Lucy Jane Wood actually has a new book coming out soon, and it looks like it will be available on Audible, because I had originally wanted to listen to this book, but for some reason, since she's a UK author, it wasn't showing up on Audible until like December. So I was really upset because I had wanted to listen to it at work, obviously. But yeah, so I had to buy it and read it. So I might listen to it, and that might change my view on it, because when I had read it last year, it was good, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, which was disappointing. But as I've said, audiobooks kind of change my opinion on things. So we're gonna get it on Audible, and we're going to see if it changed. But this is about Belladonna Blackthorn, and it's kind of reminiscent of Thistle Grove. So if you're really into Thistle Grove, this is also in that same vein. It's got the cozy small town vibes, and it's got magical factions like in Thistle Grove, which I thought was so interesting. And it's got like Harry Potter vibes, sort of. I haven't personally read Harry Potter, but it's kind of got the same Harry Potter-esque vibes of like magical tests and whatnot, because Belladonna isn't like super skilled as a witch. She's kind of let her craft fall wayward, and on her 30th birthday she gets this summoning that says she has to take a test to see if she can keep her magic or not. And she's very obviously stressed out about it, and she has to like make her case to why she should keep her magic. And it's very interesting. It's kind of political, because some of the council is sort of like stuffy men, which is always fun to like break down and show him who's boss and stuff, like stand up to the man. But it has a good ending, and I'm excited to reread it. I'm gonna try to listen to it and read it at the same time. I haven't done that yet for any book, so I think that would help. But yeah, this is definitely on my TBR, and the new book that Lucy is writing is also on my TBR, so I'm excited for that one too. I forgot what that book's called. I think it's Charmed or Uncharmed. It's got charm in the name, I think. I don't remember. But yeah, that's on my TBR. I'm gonna read it soon, or reread it soon, and I'll get a video out hopefully next month. Or if not next month, probably in October. Then the next book I want to try and read is No One Can Know by Kate Alice Marshall. And I have not read anything by Kate Alice Marshall before, but I've heard good things about her. And this has been on my TBR for a hot minute, because I bought it at McKay's, as you can see from the price tag. And I can't remember when I bought it, but it was a while ago. And I've always heard good things about Kate Alice Marshall. I know that she's a very good author. She's highly rated. I know she writes good thrillers from what I've seen other people rate her. And this has to do, it says 3 sisters, 2 murders, and too many secrets to count. And that's literally all you need to tell me, because I love sisterly vibes, I love murder mysteries, and I also love family secrets. Like, those are my top 3 things in a thriller. So I am excited to read this. I might read it in October, but we'll have to see how I am faring with my reading versus listening. I might see if I can find it on Libby and listen to it at work, so we'll have to see. But then this next book is a middle grade, and it is from the Witchling series, which I read last year, and I freaking loved Witchlings a lot with my whole heart. So I am excited to read this sequel. And it looks like there's 3 books in the series. I think there's a 4th book coming out very, very soon. So I'm hoping that I can get this 2nd book done, and maybe, just maybe, find the 3rd and 4th book and do like a whole series reread. Because I like to read all the books in order, and it's been a while since I read Witchlings, so I might reread that and then read this, but I don't know yet. But Witchlings is just great found family, found friendship, and unexpected friendships. So if you like that, it's very cozy. This is a great fall read. I would recommend this series wholeheartedly. And then next up is a very famous book, according to Bookstagram and TikTok and all that social media stuff that I'm very bad at. It's the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And I have already read this book and I already made a video on it. So if you want to watch my review of it, I made it last year and I talk about it extensively in that video. It was really good. I listened to it, but now I have the physical copy and I'm currently rereading it. I'm on page 58. It's really cute. It's a good book. I really enjoy it. It's like a Hallmark movie with a little extra zhuzh added to it. So I would recommend this. And then next up, I have the second book in that little Dream Harbor series, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. I've been wanting to read this for a while. I have picked this up like last year, I think, and I haven't read it yet. So I was trying to get into the mindset of like Hallmark movies by rereading The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and I'm really excited to read this book. I really like Laura Gilmore. I like her writing. She's a great author, and I would totally recommend this book series as a whole. I also have The Christmas Tree Farm and The Strawberry Patch Pancake House. So once Christmas rolls around, I'm probably going to read Christmas Tree Farm. And then for spring, I'll probably read Strawberry Patch. So it's really just the perfect book series for like all of the seasons because she's got everything covered. She's got fall, she's got summer, spring, she's got winter. So it's really an all-around seasonal book series. It's perfect for the mood readers out there, which I am staunchly in that category. I read based on my mood. That's it. That's all. And the next book has also been on my TBR for a while. It's a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. So hopefully I can get my butt in gear and finish it in time to do a review for fall. But it is The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. And I don't know a whole lot about this book. But I'm okay with that. It says on the top, true love might be the death of them. And I've heard from a lot of people on Instagram that this is like a cozy romance. And I'm all about cozy romance. So I'm hoping I'm going to get some good things out of this. I'm going to get some good vibes out of it. And I know there's also another book that I've seen called The Undermining of Twyla and Frank. I don't think it's probably like Dream Harbor. It's like they're sort of connected, but they're not really connected. But I'm really excited to read this. I found this at Goodwill, and I was stoked. I was like, oh my gosh, this has been on my TBR forever. I'm like super excited about this. I was geeking out. So I'm excited to read that. And then the next book I've owned for quite a while, I would say. I'm kind of embarrassed how long I've owned these books and I haven't read them. I'm in that camp of like the meme where I buy a bunch of books but I don't ever read them. And that's like my whole personality basically. So I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to all the books that I buy and I just don't read them. I just look at them. But this is Shady Hollow by Juno Black. And I bought this, oh my gosh, probably last year or the year before that. It looks like it has a price sticker from the bookstore in Michigan that I go to when I visit my parents. So I probably bought it last year, I guess. So I haven't had it for that long, but it's been a long time. It looks like I started to read it at some point because I'm on page 5, but do I know anything about it? Not really. But, you know, it's a cozy mystery that reminds me of Animal Crossing. That's the best way I can describe it. Because it's like little anthropomorphic, however you say that word. It reminds me of Animal Crossing characters, but like put them in a murder mystery and make it like super cozy. So I am going to read this. I really, really am. This is the year that I'm gonna read it. I'm excited to read it. I've been excited to read it. Like I said, I don't know what's wrong with me. I go through spurts of not wanting to read for some reason. And then the last book I have already started it. But like I've said, I go through spurts and phases and whatnot. But this is An Enchanting Case. Oh my gosh. An Enchanting Case of Spirits. I can't read backwards. But yeah, so I've been reading this. I'm on page 23. It's basically about Alyssa Mann. She's turning 40 and her husband passed away 2 years ago. And she's kind of coping with being older and not having her spouse around anymore. And she's not an adventurous person. And not since her husband passed away. And it's kind of sad. I liked what I read so far. I'm gonna have to keep going because I really like the fact that she's in, I don't want to say older, because 40 isn't that old, but I do like that she's more of a mature female protagonist, like someone who is closer to me in age, because I'm 29, so she's like my brother's age. And it's interesting to read about that kind of dynamic. And it says she goes to a tarot card reading, and then she starts to see ghosts. And I thought that sounded cool. So I'm excited to get into this and to see where it goes. I just picked it up at McKay's because I thought the cover looked pretty. So that's really all that I can say about that. But that is my fall TBR and my fall recommendations for you, dear viewer. So if you want to read those, go for it. I recommend them highly. I don't know a whole lot about all of them, but I think they're going to be great. But that is it for this video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for your support, and the comments that some people leave is very sweet, and I appreciate them. And also, this is one more that I'm listening to right now, but I don't have it in front of me. But someone commented that I should read the uninteresting, it's a really long title, so I'm probably gonna butcher it. Let me start over. It's called The Utterly Uninteresting, Unadventurous Tales of Fred the Vampire Accountant. Whoever recommended that to me, they commented on my vampire knitting video. I've started listening to it, and it's a real good one, so thank you for the recommendation. I don't remember your username, but I appreciate you recommending it to me. But that is it, and I appreciate you guys. So I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, friends.